Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Against the Storm, where today, if I'm honest, I'm feeling pretty crummy. I definitely feel like I'm coming down with something, but unfortunately, I live in America and I don't have the money to go to the doctor, so we're going to solve this problem the same way I solve all my other problems, by playing video games. Fortunately, the video games are here and they're good, and I already paid for them. So, we have to make our way to this seal before the next Blightstorm. As you can see, like, the amount of time it takes for us to complete a settlement does matter. We're going to only be able to move 2 hexes at a time, so like here, say we spend another like nearly a quarter of the bar, then to here. I think we're gonna make it. We just have to get adjacent to the seal before the Blightstorm happens. Yeah, I think we're gonna make it, but you know, it might behoove us to move as quickly as possible as we're going on here. So into this marshland where we have some unusual effects. It looks like. Right, no villagers will die when attacking the trader. I still kind of don't want to attack the trader. I hope that makes sense to everybody. These marshlands are a gatherer's paradise. Gathering speed is increased by 10% for every 2 workers assigned to a gathering camp, except for woodcutter camps. And here there are giant resource nodes available in Forbidden Glades. Each glade will have a different one. Okay, let's try to crack some Forbidden Glades fairly quickly here then. And the trees in this area will produce wood and mushrooms and leather. You know, delicious mushroom tree leather. I don't think we're supposed to eat the leather. Okay, so how do we want to start this? I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, 8 beavers is, I think, a pretty strong open. They are probably the most useful initial species, and also this is 8 people instead of 7 people. I think this is the way we're going. A little bit of fabric to start with is like kind of nice. A little bit of pie is pretty whatever, because they'll eat this before we have like housing and stuff set up. Probably, I don't know if we'll be able to take full advantage. I guess we can turn on the consumption controls. Yeah, you know what? We might get value out of this. So let's take that as our caravan, and then what do we want to bring as our embarkation bonuses? We have the opportunity to bring extra people, and I think we probably should. And then is it just like food? We certainly don't need extra wood. We'll be fine on wood gathering with 11 people to start with. So like, is it 40 extra units of food, or is it some stone just in case? I think I'm just going to bring 40 extra units of food. You know what? There's something to be said for clay. I guess you can brick make out of either of them, right? That's interesting. The stone is described as the bones of the earth, and clay is described as the flesh of the earth. Yeah, maybe we should take one of these, because there's no guaranteeing. Like, there will be some kind of food. There's no guaranteeing that we will have the things we need to build bricks or whatever early. Yeah, okay, let's do it like this. Oh, wait, sorry. We'd already made this decision. Okay. To the abandoned armory, shall we? So, as long as we don't take like 8 years to get our reputation together here, I think we're going to be fine. Heavy drops, +3 to drizzle water production and gain an additional drizzle water every yield. That's interesting. Also, time between breaks is increased by 25% because the villagers are motivated to just like move around and look at all the inspiring views. This looming darkness is always true. This is the base storm effect. -5 resolve to villagers that don't have housing. Woodcutters fell trees 50% faster, but have a 100% chance of destroying their yield during the storm once we're at hostility 2. And the hearth burn. Well, okay, it just burns sacrifices, not normal fuel faster. These don't seem too bad. These mysteries do not seem too bad. So we started with extra humans, which is, I was kind of hoping to start with harpies, just because, you know, we unlocked a new faction. I'm going to tell people, don't eat the pie yet. Okay, and then some basic blueprints. So we do in fact just have stone deposits, stone with algae and insects available. Where is the nearest forbidden, like it might be worth it for us to open a forbidden glade relatively early, even though the, obviously the things in them can be quite scary. It looks like that's the closest one. This isn't terribly distant either if we hack up this way, although that's a lot of just like raw fungus territory. We get to this one pretty easy by chopping through either of these into that glade. I don't know that that's what we want to be doing first, opening up a dangerous glade, but let's do it early, right? Let's take it on fairly early. So, what are we looking at here blueprint-wise? Sorry, let me expand here. So the shared food here is biscuits. I don't remember what the harpies are into, so that might end up mattering. I mean, it's pretty hard to turn down an early carpenter, right? Like a source of tools. We don't yet have metals to make the tools out of, unfortunately. But we can maybe do some crystallized dew kind of stuff. Gather rainwater and try to turn it into... Yeah, let's take the carpenter. And then... I have here a couple of sources of flour. I'm definitely inclined to take the stamping mill over the provisioner in this case, I think. The barrels for the provisioner are interesting, like having a way to store ale obviously has value. But like if we're talking about actually producing metals, now obviously the ability to make copper bars relies on finding copper in the environment. Maybe this will turn out not to actually be very good. I guess we'll see. And then the guild house gives us luxury and education needs. And right, guild welfare, which the guild's welfare, which is a stacking resolve bonus, but you have to be selling goods. I mean, I don't hate it. We don't at this moment have a way to use farm areas. We also don't know like what large nodes there might be, and we don't currently have another blueprint waiting, so I think I'm just not going to make this choice yet. Like, we're not bottlenecking anything by leaving that. If I put you on impatience grows slower, you know what? I think we'll leave a beaver running the hearth for the reduced fuel consumption, and yeah, let's go. So I'm gonna open up this little glade first, I think. And then we definitely want to get some mushroom harvesting going, which is an herbalist camp thing. Okay. You know, honestly, we probably do just want to set up the second woodcutter's camp right now. It doesn't necessarily need to be like running all of the time, right? Okay, prioritize that. Let's grab some of y'all on this and on that. And I mean, we can preemptively assign bodies here. I think I am just going to highlight the whole path into this thing. We'll figure it out. But I want to start seeing our larger areas earlier this game. Okay. And with all that wood coming in, it should be easy enough to build some shelter. Right, so I want to leave space for the road. Okay, that's enough. That's enough for everybody, right? Yeah, those hold 3 each. What do we got over here? Found a glade event and water strider molt. Oh, interesting. Leathery exoskeleton. So get a harvester's camp in here for leather and some amount of meat left behind, we assume? Okay, yeah, that's really interesting. That is for sure a new thing. Villagers with the leisure need fulfilled have a 25% chance of doubling their yields, or hostility from woodcutters is decreased by 6 for the entire run. Is pretty interesting, actually. I gotta be honest with you, I kind of love that. Just make my life easier. And let's have a look at our initial needs here. Complete a glade event is very doable, right? We're like right on the way to that. Deliver 15 eggs. Do I currently... We could just do this right now. It'd make us better at making pie, although pie is not an overlap food for us yet. We don't know for sure if it will be. See, the thing is, the only thing I'm really thinking here is that I would really like to choose to take harpies. So if we gain a group of new villagers, just because I wanna play with the new, the different species makeups. If we get a randomized group of villagers, we won't get to make a choice. But if we waited for newcomers to come after the first storm season, we would. I don't know. I think I'm just fine with taking the random, I guess, because it's gonna be way too long of a wait. So do we want the pie making? Do we want some jerky, which right now nobody gets extra need fulfillment from? I do like the extra parts. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do this, right? Have a harvester's camp and a stonecutter's camp. Hey, this is done. And it gives us some goods that we might actually want, some things we don't currently have ways of getting, versus giving up 35 wood at a moment when we need to be spending a lot of wood on buildings. Yeah, like those are things we were already building. Keep human resolve above 22 or keep beaver resolve above 18. The beaver resolve one is a little bit better. So they're pretty even on difficulty. But we do have that extra pie. I think it's gonna be a little easier to push the humans. These seem like very, very quick orders. So let me just go ahead and put in the order for the stonecutter's camp. Okay, happy to see the housing being prioritized. That's good for us. Oh, right, I should actually look at this event, sorry. So, a mystical stone monument. We can make an offering, which is a corruption outcome for some reason, but leaves us with the obelisk, which decreases hostility and is an aesthetics object. Or we can tear it down for a bunch of useful resources. Yeah, I'm into the teardown. Let's just put one person on that task. Because, there's still building that needs to get done. I'm going to put the houses at a higher priority. Everything else in time, but let's make sure that we have roofs over people's heads before the rain starts in earnest. Do I want to slow this down a little bit, maybe? Honestly, kind of no. Kind of no, I don't, if I'm honest. Oh, you know what else we need to do? We do need to put a trading post in at some point somewhere. Oh, hey, that's a coal vein. Was that reported in the... I don't believe the initial yield report of the clearing had that on it. If I move this, we can tuck in the trading post down here in a very unobtrusive way. How are we doing on wood? I think I'm going to cut a couple of beavers. We'll slow this down in that way, and then also be getting all this other building stuff done faster. In fact, we'll put one of them on this. Although that's, you know, obviously it's getting done no matter what. And pretty quickly. Alright, this is next highest priority because I want this available as we're processing this event. Alright, as soon as they've run all this stuff back, that'll finish, and I guess maybe 2 people is too many. Because we do need the trader hut to finish. You know, what we need, obviously, is extra bodies. So I guess let's press the get extra bodies button. And then go ahead and put you back on here. And all we got was beavers and humans. Okay. So we may still get to elect to have harpies. Just to experiment with their new needs and whatnot. But with 4 sets of idle hands, things are going to get done here a little faster. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at massive stone deposits, which can yield algae and insects and copper ore, some amount of copper ore. That's pretty fun. A leech broodmother, small leech broodmother. There's actually like a lot of them though, so that's a lot of meat. And our big important event, the stone-tooth termite burrow. So they will destroy our building materials if we don't deal with them. We can just burn the place down. And we do have combustibles. Harvesting and planting will be slower during that time because of the infestation, but, you know, gets rid of it. Or we can tame the termites with some of the parts that we've gotten. We don't actually have any tools right now, but we do have some parts. It's not 100% clear to me how this works. We will take -5 global resolve while that's happening. So we don't really want that running at the same time as the storm. But once they're tamed, we get a 4 harmony decoration termite nest that also provides 5 insects per minute. I mean, that's obviously the way, right? We have enough time. It shouldn't be a big deal to wait for the storm to come to an end before we throw people on this 4-minute task, because it's quite a slow countdown to disaster here. But I'm pretty happy about that. And let's grab this woodcutter's camp. Like, how do I want to continue reshaping the area? I think I'm going to move this woodcutter's camp down to here and specify these trees. I'm not trying to open up a new glade. I just want you to, like, open that area up. This woodcutter's camp is getting moved over to here. Please cut these down. I guess this, like, kind of this whole area. Okay, and so the large node that we discovered here is a stonecutter's camp node. So that doesn't actually help us make this decision at all. I gotta say, I'm inclined to take a way to farm, since we currently don't have one. Yeah, let's just do that. And then we are, once again... Ooh, a crystallized dew recipe. I do think that's important. Also, pottery, like, you know, a pottery being made in the same place that you are effectively making, like, bricks and stuff, I think makes a lot of sense. The brickyard is compelling. I wonder if we should hold off on this, though, for just a minute. The Stonecutters camp is for sure just getting relocated over to here. And it turns out we don't even need the trader for resolving the issues in this area. Alright. That went really smoothly, actually. I think we're probably taking the brickmaker on this, but we're gonna wait. I do want to make sure the housing gets finished. Okay, just before the rain sets in. So how bad is our resolve looking? Okay, you know what? We can just start running this then. It turns out we do not quite need to. Well. This is that in effect now? I wish I could see the total math. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, it is running right now. So, okay, this is with the -5 applied. Okay. Yeah, no problem, no problem. All right, I think we are going to go for that forbidden glade really quickly. Sure, let's turn that in. This herbalist camp has already run out of stuff to do, and sadly isn't going to find any more stuff to do just yet. So let's just place you over here and relocate y'all onto this task. Just moving that out of the way more than anything. Alright, batch of newcomers. We do get to choose to bring in some harpies. And you know what? They bring with them some planks. That's actually pretty useful. Okay. So let's see how the the harpies showed up with negative resolve. They are a little fragile and this thing is pushing them over. That's fine. We're gonna favor them. Everybody else will be fine. We're all hardy enough here. So that does mean that we need to build more housing, which I knew we were going to have to. Please prioritize that. Okay, and so what are our shared needs? So coats are doubled up. Coats are tripled up, actually. Coats are now the single most important need that we have. Education is a double up now, so that's good. Harpies like treatment, which requires tea. They like boots. They like paste and jerky. So not a huge amount of overlap, but the fact that we now have one luxury that all three of our people really appreciate, I think is very good news for us. Okay, 3 barrels for every 10 planks produced, or discovering a small glade increases the working speed of scouts investigating other glade events for 180 seconds. We're just about to break into a small glade, and then we can just push into the forbidden glade immediately after that. I think I'm actually going to take that one. Like, this is not bad even if you're not making the ale, because, like, you could just sell the barrels, right? It's just free stuff. But we might actually get some value out of this. Where are we at on parts now? We have 9 left. Okay, I think I probably do want to make a trapper camp. And then we probably want to run some roads out here. Right, here's another little block of shelters. There's some more room like that, and then yeah, we're gonna just have a ton of stuff that needs doing down here. So let's start like this. That is a treasure stag. Ah, damn it! It didn't run to the glade I was hoping it would run to. So we got some snake nests and some additional strider molts. Okay, nothing terribly interesting from that. I mean, do we want to crack this then? Do we want to make this our next focus? Probably. Things are going well so far, and I'm maybe getting a little bit aggressive. We do need to let this finish, obviously. It's very important. Looks like we can kill that. So what are harpies especially good at? There's a way to view... I guess what I want is the encyclopedia, right? Species. Yeah, harpy. They excel at alchemy and they love to work with cloth. Okay. So this is not a thing that anybody's going to be specialized in. But somebody's got to get all this meat. Okay. And that's resolved. So this is harmony decorations. What do we need here? We need comfort decorations. 4 of them. Let's just go ahead and build those. We have enough housing nearby. We can level this up. So comfort is green. Yeah, you know what? Let's... That is a single... Yeah, that's 4. Let's just put down a row of benches in front of the hearth for better resting. Here, everybody, rest on these. Okay. So that'll be good. We got important stuff going down over here. I'm going to move this woodcutter's camp because I'm a little nervous that it's going to break through to that other hearth, or that other glade. And let's commit to this. Right, our first trader has arrived with porridge efficiency, bonus herb production. Not, I think, anything that we're actually going to trade for at the moment. Oh, hold on. We have maybe these orders. We'll change my mind. Discover 2 glades within 210 seconds of each other. We can do that. That's 10 tools. Well, I guess they're both 10 tools. Beaver resolve up to 20 for 60 seconds and sell amber to get woodcutter production. I mean, I do love woodcutter production. You chop a lot of trees over the course of a map. This has people on it though. We can make this happen. That's extremely doable. Have at least 2 hearths upgraded to the first level gives you 5 additional carries. Delivering 18 packs of crops gives you a bonus output from any kind of farm. And this would give us some boots as well, which is kind of nice. And just some raw amber. I actually kind of like this one. We're about to have 1 hearth upgraded, and we can build another hearth. Yeah, see, as soon as they got all the benches up, this will flip. That's pretty great news. We got 2 minutes to break through to here, and it looks like we're going to be able to do that pretty easily. Okay, I want this stuff cut away just for cleanliness sake, but I don't want to tell people to do that. I don't want to prioritize those because this thing is still in range of those trees. I don't want to confuse my poor woodcutters. They need to know where their focus needs to be. Okay, but so far this is going well. I'm going to go ahead and just, since we have people standing idle, let's just build the other shelters we know we're going to put down. And actually, it looks like we could start... I forgot we have jerky. Yeah, we could just start favoring the harpies for a little bit of creep here on our what do you call it? A little bit of resolve turning into reputation creep, which is good. I'm a little worried that we're not going to get through here. Let me de-emphasize some of these trees. That's cool. Just keep cutting that one anyway. Can you guys please make it through while the treasure stag is still here? I don't agree that that's not open yet. Come on. You're being ridiculous. Okay. So first things first. Holy hell. Look at the size of those leech brood mothers. So stone. Yep. Okay, a lot of stuff. Totem of denial, and we're totally going to look at that in a second, but let's press the button on this thing right now before it leaves. So, 2 or 3 random epic cornerstones, but 1 random cornerstone in your possession will be destroyed. That's interesting. I don't think our current cornerstone is all that critical. Right, we just have these 2. I mean, they're not bad, certainly. Or 1 random legendary. You know what? Let's take the random legendary. Show me what a legendary cornerstone even looks like. Okay, we got that thing. So it's probably time to start storing some drizzle water. Let's make a rain catching system. Food production speed is increased by 15% for every 50 units of drizzle water stored. Okay. So there is a building that we have access to. We're not really playing with them too much yet. Yeah, a building here called a rain collector. I'm gonna build one. We'll put it kind of off to the side a little bit, and we'll see about that. We'll see about taking advantage of that. Okay, the Totem of Denial. What is the story with this? Religious structure built by fishmen interferes with the hearth in the center of the settlement. Ooh. Okay. If we don't deal with this, it's going to double the duration of the storm. And just give us an impatience point. So again, burn it down. We do have the option to burn it down. It would yield a couple of chests of ancient tablets, which obviously is like a very high value thing. Or we could perform a ritual, which we don't have any of the resources for. And if we did do that, we would get a decoration that is worth +3 global resolve. 3 resolve to absolutely everybody is fantastic, but it requires us to get a hold of 15 something. If we took a quest that has some incense as a reward, more than enough to finish this. And for this to work, all we have to do is open up another glade. So I think that's going to be the goal. Let's try to pop a glade open. I'm going to grab you and pull you down here. Yeah, if you can just fire off this glade in the next couple of minutes. How long do we have? Again, it is like, again, 12 minutes before... yeah, it is almost 13 minutes before we suffer negative consequences. So I think we have time to get to a cleansing ritual here. All right. Let's hope they cut through quick. This should be a 0 danger glade. All right, I don't want to actually put any people on this until we are in drizzle season, because the type of rainwater that collects, as it says there, is based on the current season. But I'm pretty pleased with the way that treasure stag thing worked out. And we should... Here, I'm going to go ahead and take the brickyard. At this point, what we're really hoping is for, yeah, the large version of the trapper's camp. So we have our small trapper's camp that we can just break down at this point. Or no, okay, it automatically upgraded. So we'll let it do this, and then we'll move it over when the time comes. All right, come on. Okay, there we go. So we accept that. We'll figure out the extra population in just a moment. Let me defavor you for a second. Put some humans on a critically important ritual here. Oh yeah, and with 2 people working it gets done in plenty of time. Alright. Go, 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 go. And also we discovered a wheat field. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't take any farm blueprints, because it doesn't seem like we would get any benefit from them. Remember, this event was also sped up by the fact that we opened up a glade and we have this cornerstone here. So things are working out well together. And then this Forbidden Glade is our next spot of interest. This harvester's camp can definitely just come over here and continue to gather leather. And so I'm debating, I think I might hold on to this for a moment. Like, let's crack this open before we make another blueprint choice. And because I had built extra housing ahead of time, we actually don't need to worry about the extra people that came in. They were already covered. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Storm season's about to come on. I don't think it's going to be really all that bad of a storm. Got some explicit copper veins. All that stuff is good. All right. So let's talk about getting this carpenter up and running. I'm going to move this thing. Now that we have it, it doesn't actually help us for it to be in the middle of the way here. Nobody needs to access it, I don't believe, so we can just tuck it away in a corner, and that's good enough. Oh, right. Sorry, we need to make our resource improver. So we still don't have the ability to make planks or anything. Alright. The ritual is occurring. You can tell because arms are being waved in a vague sort of fashion. That's what a ritual looks like as far as I'm aware. Alright, I'm gonna move this over to here, I guess. This could be the best way to approach this. Maybe the answer is something like move this slightly. Yeah. Okay. New cornerstone. +1 to all production yields for packs of goods or 3 packs of provisions for every new villager. I actually really like peasant supplies as a way to just get extra sellables. And then here I would rather, at this point, I think we're still very good on food. I would just rather have 4 people than 3 people. We still have enough housing to cover everybody. Okay, cool. And this has been converted. Problem solved, it turns out. Alright, for sure, let's get some bodies in here and start working. We don't need to be trying to make pipes just yet. I think just go ahead and use the full gamut of tools for all this stuff. And let's say, like, just put 8 of everything in the supply kind of haphazardly in whatever way makes sense to you. Oh, also, it is time to store the drizzle water. So this building will hold enough drizzle water to run our legendary effect once. Food production speed is increased by 15%. That's pretty good. Ooh, human resolve is high enough that we can push it over with a favor. So let's get that resolved. And overall, I'm feeling pretty good about where we are right now. Okay, so first things first, grab this. That does create a little bit of homelessness. That is a giant proto-fungus. Okay, so we would love to upgrade the size of our herbalist camp. It gives, with 1,000 charges, mushrooms and just all kinds of other stuff. Whole complete water skins, pickled goods. Sometimes just whole pickled goods. Yeah, that's very exciting. All right. And then we got ourselves a dark gate, a strange monument of cyclopean proportions. If we don't do something with it, it will kill 10 random villagers. Bloodthirsty apparitions will come through and just wreck shop. If we perform a fancy ritual, which would involve the other 15 incense, we do have it, and some horrible sacrifices, kills 1 random villager. Pray this never reaches the queen's ears. We can perform a corruption event that will get us yields, quite a lot of yields. If we seal it off instead, the forest will temporarily be angry, which is going to have effects on our resolve and stuff. It's going to cost some wildfire essence. We're going to take -6 global resolve, which we can afford right now. Yeah, that would be pretty comfortable. To just seal it off, get a point of reputation. I gotta feel like this is the way. Let's just get a couple y'all on it, and yeah, do that. And then can we, there is another small glade to open up over here. Is there one closer to the edge than that anywhere? I'm just thinking we could probably take like a full minute at least off of the operating time of this resolve penalty if we just crack through to another glade while we're doing this. So why don't we move this one? I don't really want to break into another glade where we're going to have difficulties. So let's do this right here. Yeah, just cut through that as fast as you can. Honestly, that may not even be fast enough. We'll see, but I'm definitely not waiting on that. Okay, and then what else are we doing? We have blueprints to choose. So, you know, the harpies are in pretty good spot, reputation-wise or resolve-wise, and so it would be pretty easy to push them over with harpy housing, but also coats. But also we have a source of coats. I think that we would be fools to pass it up. And then, okay, like I said, I was really hoping for the advanced gathering building for that mushroom. That said, the temple giving us access to the education need is interesting. We don't currently have a good way of producing scrolls, do we? Well, we have that artisan. I think I'm going to re-roll these. Okay, the bathhouse allows us to turn tea into treatment. Villagers with low resolve will leave less frequently. Global production rate is 25% faster. That's interesting. And I don't know that we need any of the rest of this stuff. The clothier was a lot more interesting before we picked the other source of coats. Pickled goods are not particularly valuable. The tinctuary, yeah, the tinctuary is not particularly valuable. I think we're gonna take the bathhouse almost like kind of by default here. I don't necessarily think it's like a terribly exciting choice. And we are looking for the opportunity to go to full-size herbalist camps as soon as we can find it. Okay. Keep working hard, everybody. So, if we wanted to build another hearth, we had enough, we had enough wildfire essence for another hearth even after spending a little bit, right? So we could like do this out here and just start working on that second outpost. And this will give us plenty of room to build as much housing and stuff as we want. You guys, you are not almost through. No. They can't even actually reach those trees. No, they can. These guys are just choosing not to. There we go. They're okay. They're cutting. They're trying. Are they going to get there in time to take any time off of this? One thing I am curious about is if it will remove the amount of time it would have removed when this was full, or if the percentage reduction will be based on, you know, a percentage of how much time is left. Oh, right. So I wanted this to just sit on drizzle. Where's our current, like, extra water tract? Oh, okay. We have a tank capacity for 50 of each type, I guess. All right, well, I guess keep gathering. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, new orders. Deal with 2 abandoned caches, or send back 20 packs of trade goods. We already have 2 abandoned caches sitting undealt with for the moment. I think we're going to go ahead and take this one. And we can deal with them in either way. Discover 2 dangerous or forbidden glades within 210 seconds of each other. I actually think that's extremely doable. They'll give us some pipes, which is, you know, a thing you use to interact with the rainwater blight systems. We're not quite there yet. But I also don't know how likely it is that we're going to be able to hit this. So, like, yeah. Okay, so we are about to break through here. Somebody needs to chop down 1 tree. They had to run off and deliver wood. Alright, is this going to instantly complete this task? No, it did reduce a portion of the remaining time. Okay, that really motivates us to want to run to the next glade immediately, which feels a little dangerous. So you have 10 tools now. And unfortunately, we only have abandoned caches that require 7 tools. But we could crack one of them open, I suppose. Like, this one's just basically just food. Or, you know, we could get our thing built and build some more tools. Can we... Yeah, actually, can we do that, please? The carpenter should probably be near. Yeah, we'll put it over here. Like, housing space near hearths is not going to be a problem. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Big herbalist camp? Nope, no such luck. No ability to make tea. These kind of suck. To be perfectly honest with you, I think maybe we want to sell some stuff explicitly to burn the amber on a reroll. So let's go talk to old Farloff here. We have picked up 18 packs of provisions, and we currently have no other use for them. He's offering us the design for the smelter. 2 bricks for every 10 pottery. That's, I mean, it's not very useful, I don't think. So I need 5 amber from you, and then, like, can I get 4 tools would put us in a position where we can immediately resolve those 2 caches by sending them home, right? So maybe the move here is to try to make... Oh yeah, like look at this. We don't actually have a use for this leather at all. We can absolutely make the deal work with the leather.
Okay.
Alright, and then we can worry about building our own tools, you know, in a little bit. So let's just send back... Let's send back the other 2. Of this size. Because we had 3, right? Oh yeah, this one. That other one has a cornerstone in it that we might actually want. We might break that one open for the cornerstone. But there we go. That'll earn us some reputation and fire off another event. We're re-rolling you. And not having the best luck. That said, a tavern is again just +3 resolve, just having it constructed. So I don't necessarily think that this was a whiff. We don't have a grain set up just yet, or a flour set up just yet, so it's harder to take advantage of the bakery in this village than it has been in some of the others. I think I'm just going to go raw reputation design, basically. Oh, right, the treasure stag happened. Do we want to just do that? I kind of think we want to just do that. Like, let's just go for it, and then we'll pop open another one afterward. We are so close to other dangerous glades. Yeah, you know what never got anybody harmed in any situation ever? Is, overconfidence. A little bit too much enthusiasm, perhaps. As we all know, an extremely safe and trustworthy friend. I'm gonna build another, we need another warehouse. Like, very badly, we need another warehouse. And we'll just build it directly across from there. And I am gonna prioritize that for parts. You know, now that we have this, actually, let me just replace you with somebody else, because this could be beaver stuff. Sorry, replace both of you with somebody else. So we don't yet have the resources to take advantage of the tools design, but we should be producing planks. And, like, we need a lot of planks, right? Okay, the extra warehouse should make things a little bit safer. Here's our treasure stag. Forest will curse your riches, or the golden stag will share riches with you. I love riches. It's shared. A strange device left behind by the Great Civilization. It radiates warm light and brings encouragement to those around it. Okay, cool. +1 global resolve and also a whole lot of amber. And also, we're like very negative right now. Oh, we hit hostility level 2. So we're starting to suffer some of these like higher things, but still, where's all this? Feels like a lot. Okay, well, we're working on it, right? Okay, let's get that on the table. And then we also have a fishman cave. Okay, problematic. If we don't deal with this in 13 minutes, they will spawn fishmen totems that will do bad things to us. We can bribe them to fuck off with some amber and some food. They would take pie. Or we can violence them away with rocks. We have rocks. So this will spawn a fishman totem every 60 seconds. So actually, it'd be pretty valuable to open a small glade to minimize interaction with this. Minimize the interaction time as much as possible. Does it... I don't think it could possibly matter where we do that. Where's like the closest small glade? Okay, these ones over here are the ones that are closest to breach. Like, that's pretty narrow, right? Although we are asking people to run an awfully long way. But okay, go interact with that. So spawning fishmen totems that we have to deal with will require us to have, like, I would like to have a larger number of hands free. Right now we have 2 people who don't have assigned jobs. Because we're going to want people working on this event plus people free to deal with the other stuff. With the totems as they spawn. Okay, this harvester's camp can now be moved down to here where we found a larger one of these. But I think for right now what I'm actually going to do is have y'all get free. Solve this problem. Okay, yeah, and the bonus, the far side bonus has worn off, but we're about to get it back. That's not the correct tree. What are y'all doing? Okay, so we may need to free other people from their jobs in order to make sure that we keep the fish totems under control. Although, yeah, workers assigned to glade events can carry more items is actually meaningful immediately. And then let's grab this and pop this glade over here. Because we do need to do this quickly. The other hearth was hearth. What do harpies do at a hearth? We're not getting mouse over tooltips for some reason. Okay, we'll deal with it in a second, I guess. Production speed is faster, traders arrive more slowly, or an unusual amount of supplies can be found in some glades. Gain 40 meat and grain for each completed dangerous or forbidden event. The thing is, we already are producing so much food. I'm going to take deserted caravans. We're not really very trader focused right now, I think. Alright, fishman totem arrived. Forest hostility is temporarily increased. Somebody go deal with that, please. Can you please finish cutting down this tree? Oh my god, come on. No, that's not the right tree. What are you doing? Oh, friends. Why are they like this? Alright. Yeah, we know where we want you working. I need to build roads and stuff. Okay, so this stuff's getting... Yeah, we're getting loaded up. Hey, the tree that's marked is that one. What are you doing? One of these people was assigned to it from a very great distance away, I guess. Okay, so there we go. That cuts down the time of operation for this shit significantly. Let me actually close my notifications. We met a trader. Ruinhar Blightclaw. We do have a lot of amber. 15 roots every time we discover a new glade is not, like, particularly compelling. I'll tell you, I do think Like, I wish he had more finished resources, because I would buy a bunch of planks and fabric and stuff. I don't know if, like, I think we're doing fine on bricks. Yeah, I kind of just don't think you have very good stuff for us to spend our amber on right now, friend. Sorry. Okay, we have completed this. Another point of reputation. We are kind of tearing through this one. More people. I'm cool with more people. I don't know which more people we need exactly, but here's what we're doing. All right, so in order to upgrade this, we have to house at least 8 villagers around it. Part of what we're going to do here is we need to build new housing for the new villagers, but I'm also going to relocate some existing housing. That's terrible. Here is where I meant for that to go. Right, if we do this and then just move these two over, that'll get us the housing we need, and then we need a little bit of decoration in the area. We're just going to set up a nice little park. Okay, it's true. We did crack open the other thing, so of course, the other glade, so of course it has a thing in it. A Forsaken Crypt, no less. Look at that. Look at that shit. That's pretty terrifying. Hides a frustrated poor spirit. This place seems to have been plundered a long time ago. I'm going to be honest with you, right now does not feel like the best time to deal with this. We do have some incense left. We can just calm the spirits and get some grace from the queen. You know what? It's fast to deal with it now. This is when we have opened up a glade. Yeah, just get to it. It has no penalties while it's running. And we don't even need to read what the threats are, because the ghost takes all of our amber and wine? That's strange. Yeah, doesn't matter though. Just keep assigning people to clear these fishmen totems. This one's almost done. And we haven't even started actually clearing this thing because we're waiting for the stone to get by, because, yeah, it's pretty far away. Okay. Alright, that's happening, that's happening. There's a finished outpost. So, extra items for builders, boots, amber. Yeah, just cool stuff. Generally just cool stuff. Extra human housing. That's compelling. The rain mill allows us to make flour so we can get into biscuits if we want, and also scrolls for education. That's kind of compelling, I have to say. Or human housing. I kind of think, because we don't have a grain source, right? And we're still not, I'm going to reroll. I would love to be able to build a harvester. I don't know that we need any of this stuff. We did find farm fields or fertile ground. So a farm design is useful. How much amber am I willing to burn on rerolls? We have 62. I'll do one more. Well, the apothecary can produce tea. Right now we don't have a way of producing tea to actually take advantage of that luxury building. I guess we'll take that. Not a huge priority, really. Okay, let's get some harpies in here. We do not need barrels or scrolls at the moment, but I would love coats. Oh, coats require either dye or resin, which we don't have a setup for. And I didn't take any dye buildings. Okay, never mind. Never mind on the coats thing. Well, that's something we're going to have to figure out. With one of their needs met, we can favor them over the top here, and then we can also build some human housing. So we only actually have 8 humans. Okay, there we go. New fishman totem. Somebody get on it. How's this going? It's going. How is the one closer to home? They are, in fact, calming the spirits. Spirits love a wingspan. They want to know how big those arms get. All right, y'all have filled up all the tanks. I don't think we need to be collecting rainwater anymore. I just wanted to bank up some. So at this point, tool production requires a brickyard. This is all like a little awkward. I place things in a really goofy way here. Just another bit of busy work for somebody. You know what we might want to do, honestly? Like, we're kind of running out of combustibles. I think it might be worth it to build another woodcutter's camp. There we go. We are actually going to need to produce more burnables. Okay, so a building that produces dye is hard to argue with. Yeah, okay, so a cookhouse. A cookhouse is a very large building. We are, in fact, low on fuel. I could set up a mine, I suppose. Get some of this coal out of the ground. It's a little awkward because the only spot I can put it where it's on the stuff, and well, I guess I can do this. Let me move the herbalist camp over to here. And we can put some people on that. Alright, now that that's the case, I can delete the plan for this. Well, that's not going to work. That's going to make it so the mine is not on top of both of the deposits. Yeah. I guess I can set it down like that, though. Yeah. Coal burns more efficiently. It takes longer for it to burn out. Okay. Looks like we are really getting there. We're actually only 2 reputation away from finishing things. And we don't even have all of our orders yet. This is going really well. So, you know, what we're really waiting for is just like the tools necessary to do a send to the Citadel somewhere. And that's, I'm trying my best to build the buildings that enable that sort of thing. Okay, so if we have a couple of people working on do not make dyes out of coal. Yeah, pretty much just insects, I think. Working on making dyes out of insects. Then we can have people working on making leather, which we are not currently using for anything else, plus the dyes into coats. And then crystallized dew. So you can make crystallized dew out of water. and some, you know, other things, some supplements, supplementary materials. We actually don't have very much stone right now. Stormwater and clearance water can be used for this. Please don't use drizzle water. I mean, we may as well. Let's just fill up on it. Yeah, all right. If you have the resources to make tools, I prefer you make tools. I guess this is why we have no wood. Is because we're burning wood into planks really hard all the time. Where are we at on plank supply? But the reason we're doing that is because we're using so many planks all of the goddamn time. Because, like, we still don't even have the tavern or the bathhouse up. And, like, I would, in theory, like to construct this tavern. Everything's in the way. Because obviously this tavern's going to help push us over really quickly. And it is going to require an awful lot of planks. Alright, we're managing. For right now, we're managing. So deliver 2 ancient tablets. We don't have any of those. Complete 2 empathy decisions. It doesn't note us as having done any of this, so tough to say. Feels like we're probably just not getting this no matter what. Yeah, we've done 0 of 2 empathies. Deliver 10 tools is pretty harsh. Yeah, these are mean-spirited. All right, we're not going to make a choice on that one. We have no incentive to make a choice on that one right now. Alright, reputation is turning into... resolve is turning into reputation at a pretty clean rate here. And in theory, we are actually producing stuff. We will be producing tools at some point. If we really are low on fuel. I might have to... yeah, just uncheck planks here for a minute. Let's let the woodcutters put wood in the stockpiles and then put wood from those stockpiles into the hearths for a little bit. Right, I should probably stop favoring you during the storm. So we should really have people working this now that we're using the water. Jeez, you can see the process for making tools is slow and pretty expensive. Coats are getting made, which is doing great things for everybody's resolve levels. Certainly helping in this moment. Tool count's creeping up. So 12 tools to get 1 point of resolve, 7 tools to get 0.75. There's another 7 for 0.75 over here. So I think we want to do this. We want to do these smaller ones. I'm pretty sure. 3 clay per minute or 12 amber for every ale. Yeah, okay, we're not producing any ale. I'm gonna hit favor on the harpies and just keep them above the blue threshold. Do I want more people right now? Yes, right? Yeah. And we have a ton of housing because of the extra human houses we built, so we don't have to worry about that. Food supply is trending downward, but it's very high right now. And with extra people, we can refill some of these buildings. Or for the first time, fill some of these buildings, get them actually running. Okay, did you run out of stuff to do? Did that really happen? It's wild. Okay, do your stuff from over here. Yeah, if we can get this to fire one more tool off, I think the amount of reputation that we're gaining from Resolve is going to help us get to the threshold. And we're basically right on top of it. This is not a useful season for them to be assigned here, but also who cares? I guess we care a little bit because they could be doing this instead. All right, there's +3 global resolve for everybody. Enjoy that. At this point, okay, we gained one more reputation. God, we just need, you know what? Fucking use the drizzle water. It's fine. At this point, it's fine. And we'll keep somebody on hand to gather water at all times. So a little bit of production of crystallized dew will turn into a little bit of production of tools, and we're out of here. And I think in pretty short time, although I could have saved myself, you know, a season or two probably there. Actually, at the rate they're making these tools, I wonder if the reputation's just going to get it done before we even have time to run stuff back to the queen. Because, like, managing your people's resolve is definitely, you know, in my opinion, the most important part of the game. It seems to be the best way to maintain your reputation income, and it's not that hard to meet, you know, especially as long as you're aiming for, like, overlapping needs. It's not that hard to have somebody pushed above blue reputation while everybody else is feeling at least, like, moderately taken care of. Oh, hey, the trader arrived. I don't care anymore. Turns out it doesn't matter now. You know what, let me unassign somebody from almost anything, because it'll just take some time off the timer here. And yeah, you know what, even with that being lessened, we're still, I think, going to win off, well, never mind. I was going to say we're going to win off resolve. The storm is going to break that, and we'll just finish from bringing back these goods. We still have a ton of goods left. We still have orders that we haven't even, like, yeah, jeez. Although they sure do want to give us, like, the crummiest orders possible. Have 16 beavers. Okay, that's pretty doable. Deliver 20 provisions and 200 wood. I mean, okay, whatever. So it turns out even if we didn't have this going down, we have a point of reputation coming just from having accepted population every time we were allowed to. Done beavers. You said it. Okay. We won 3 games. We did the marshlands. We never let the Queen's Impatience get above 4. That is certainly true. I might not have let the Queen's Patience get above 2, honestly. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about that. We really tore that one up. And that is going to mean that we for sure have time to make it over to the seal. Yeah, look at how little of the bar we spent. So next time we'll be able to make it, you know, this distance, and the time after that we are on top of it. Looks like all the spaces around here are pretty similar. Yeah, okay. Before we stop for the day, let's go ahead and claim all of our deeds and spend all of our goods. So we have earned ourselves a uniform that I don't intend to ever wear. Some fungus, some invasive fungus for our home. Something the Queen's just giving out to everybody in her employ. We should probably talk to the royal mycologist about this. Access to a new cornerstone. Resources burn 5% longer for every impatience point you have. Sorry, just sacrifices, but still, that seems good. This gives us a new aesthetics design, a new aesthetics object. It is a little bit of a bummer that we didn't get XP from any more of those, because we are just about to level up. We're very close. Oh well, it'll have to come after the next one. We do, however, have some materials. So we could start picking up housing blueprints for our essentials. You know what? I do like it. I do think we're going to do that. I want to have access to everybody's special housing earlier. And then, like, we have the resources to do one more thing. Trade routes with other nearby settlements is an interesting mechanic. This is what those packs of provisions that we've seen a couple of times are really for. And then this is all just kind of whatever. You know what? Let's unlock that mechanic, because we can get some useful stuff out of it sometimes. All right. And with all of that done, I think we are extremely on the right track. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are getting ever so close to that seal. And hopefully, nothing incredibly horrible is going to go wrong with my confidence climbing boundlessly. I can't imagine how hubris would ever lead to any kind of downfall. So I guess come back next time to see that happen, and we'll see you then.